Hello, ladies, and welcome to Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast. Every lady knows that there is nothing like a chat with a sister friend that will inspire the rest of your day. So get your coffee or your tea, pull up a chair, phone your bestie, and tell them Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast is on the air. Now, welcome your host, our sister friend, Teresa Houston.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. If this is your first time joining in with us, I just want to give you a special shout out and let you know I now consider you one of my newest sister friends. So drop me an email or a message right below the blog and let me know you caught this episode. I'd love to hear what you thought of the show, and I'm excited to have you be a part of our growing sister friend community. And to all of my returning sisters, welcome back, ladies. I appreciate every one of you joining in today, and I don't take it for granted that you took time out of your day to share a few minutes with your sister friend. I hope you got your tea or your coffee or whatever it is you really like to drink, because today we are going to be talking about being all in or being all out. And for those of you who don't know, this podcast is actually a spinoff of my blog. This is where I give voice to the things I write. My blog is called I Wish Somebody Would Have Told Me That. And I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago that you need to be all in or all out. Because as most of us already realize, this wobbling back and forth and indecision is merely a waste of too much time and too much effort. You won't give all you can if you're sitting at the door with your luggage packed, trying to decide if you should just leave. And you won't know if it will all be worth it until you unpack the luggage of your past, which we like to carry around as if it's armor protecting us when it's really the devil's way of merely distracting us. Those always looking for a way out will ultimately find one. But those looking for a way in will eventually build one. You can't move forward half in and half out. That really equates to being stuck. And generally people who are stuck have a hard time trying to figure out what side of the stuck they're actually on. When is the last time you actually made a request for half of something? I'll wait. Okay, that's what I thought. Nobody wants half of anything. Think about it. I know for me, I don't want half of an effort, half of a thought, half of a relationship, half truths, half of my destiny, half a friend, half a job, or half a paycheck. And I certainly don't want half of what God promised me. I want it all, y'all. Half doesn't equal almost enough. Half is not enough. It's less than what you deserve. It's less than all you should have, and it's less than you should require. I need you to make a decision to get all in or get all out. But don't settle for half. Nothing you will ever have will stand, succeed, prosper, or reach its full potential for just half an effort or a half in, half out mentality. When you do not give your all in all you attempt, failure is imminent. People are typically okay with getting more than they give. But the givers, they're getting a little tired of getting less than they deserve. Keep undergiving, you'll see. Half of you cannot possibly do and be all that God intended. You need every fiber of your being to get to goal. All in is not without cost. Someone should have told us that a lot earlier as well. But anything that doesn't cost you something, you simply won't take care of it anyway. It's our nature, you know. If we pay for it, we protect it. If we earn it, we keep it. If we sweat for it, we fight for it. If we struggle to achieve it, we will in no way just allow someone to come along and take it from us. But you hand it to us. You give it to us without cost. You lay it at our feet for no effort at all. And I promise you, we'll discard it carelessly, misuse it ultimately, abuse it intentionally, and lose it eventually. All in requires you to get everything in. You got to get your emotions all in. Stop hiding your emotions. Put the emotions all in. Feel it, express it, cry, scream, push, fight. But don't trade destiny for fear of the emotion that needs to be experienced so that you can know, grow, and go where you are purposed. Some of us like to believe that there are people in our lives that are emotionless. Let me let you know that that is a lie. If you haven't seen a person's emotions yet, you just haven't tapped into the right area of their life. Trust that. All in requires that you be intellectually all in. Stop dumbing down your part, your contribution, your value, your necessity. Trust your intellectual aptitude to guide you and get you safely through phases and obstacles that may not always be pleasant, but may be necessary for life and godliness. You've got to get all in. All in requires you to be mentally all in. Most of us live in mental overload because we do not manage the capacity chamber of our mental ability, stretched and pulled into many areas of life that are not as important, leaves us empty to fully engage into areas of life that are most important. Gather back the mental efforts given to people who do nothing but withdraw the very life out of you every chance they get, never endeavoring to make a deposit. Pull back the mental energy given daily to the acquiring and retaining of the things that are in your life, none of which you can take with you at the end. And definitely take back the mental energy spent on events, failures, disappointments, and loss that are now long past. Because the absolute one thing that regardless of the amount of mental brain power you apportion to it, that you will never be able to change, it's the past, baby. Let the past be the past and get yourself mentally all in. All in requires that you be physically all in. We have very little stamina for much physically because exercise of body and mind are not always on the top of our agenda. Therefore, our patience is short, our attention span limited, our efforts are minimum, our insight is vague, our desires ever changing, and because our goals take too long and our vision requires effort, we give in just thinking about the route to destiny. Many of us are present but aren't actually there, listen but don't actually hear, speak and don't say anything. And although we are breathing, we fail to experience what it's like to live out our best life. We need to get physically all in. All in requires you to be spiritually all in. The man who has no experience of God lacks the ability to ever see or know all that is possible in the earth. Alone, you do not possess the stamina to forgive. Alone, you do not possess the ability to push past hurt and pain. Alone, you do not possess the gift to love unlovable people. Alone, there is no reason to believe in hope or people or possibilities. Alone, only you matter. It is only through the supernatural power of God and the indwelling of his spirit that you can see farther than you can see, believe by faith, trust without evidence, walk blindly without knowing the way, and be assured that the creator of it all will keep you for endeavoring to put all in. Most people know quickly what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is not. Still, they take caution where there is no danger, make delays when there are no obstacles, procrastinate without real excuses, fail to commit even when it's destiny, take for granted God opportunities until they're sitting in the despair of I wish I would have, or the yes I should have, or even better, the if I had another opportunity I would do differently. You know those lines. All the while knowing that the best opportunity has already slipped through your fingers while you were playing around with fear and doubt sitting on your shoulders, whispering in your ear, when you could have taken authority, claimed what was yours, occupied your space, received your gift, trusted your God, and walked right in and up to the place that was prepared for you before the foundation of the world. But no, not us. We are too busy tiptoeing and dancing around in the middle of indecisiveness, trying our best to only put in a little or nothing and looking for a windfall in return. This is the place we test people, though we don't want to be tested. We distrust people for no reason but our own past insecurities, which continues to stay with us, taunting and keeping us from a better future. Causes us to push away people in destiny because maybe, just maybe, we might achieve success, and we are more scared of seeing what that looks like than sitting in our I'm okay with at least half of what God promised me reality. Listen, if it's not your destiny, get out. If it doesn't encourage you, lift you, or support you, leave it be. If you're only an option in it, this is a good place to opt out. You need to get off of the fence of life, and I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You can be and have anything that you set your mind to. The only thing you have to do is make a decision to be all in or all out. I believe if you give life all you can, life will return much more than you ever thought possible. Well, that's my wisdom for the day. I hope it blesses you, and I hope you share this podcast with someone you know so that they can be blessed too. Join us next time on Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast. My friends call me T, and I want you to know if words were hugs, you'd be feeling one right now. Be blessed, sisters, and never miss an opportunity to uplift another sister.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Sister Friends Coffee, Tea, and Chat podcast with your host, Sister Friend Teresa Houston. If you like our show, please encourage another sister friend and share our podcast link. Want to know more about our host? Check out www.teresahouston.com. We absolutely love hearing from our sister friends. Feel free to email us at sisterfriendschat@yahoo.com. Until next time, be blessed, sisters.